A few weeks after starting his new job, Fred was asked to prepare a lesson for his students about the pancreas, a subject he knew almost nothing about. He stayed up for hours reading. I think I've got it! Diabetes, Lagarte, pancreatic ducts, keep dogs alive, leaving islets, isolating the internal secretion.
Acting on the advice of Professor Miller, Fred went to the University of Toronto to discuss his idea with a professor of psychology. I've had the most exciting idea, sir. A treatment for diabetes. Slow down. What are you talking about? We know something is produced inside the pancreas that controls the body's sugar, right? Well, I think I know a way to find it.
First, we remove the pancreas from a dog, making the animal diabetic. Next, we tie off the external ducts in the pancreas of another dog so we can isolate this mysterious substance hidden inside of it. Then, we extract the substance and inject it into our diabetic dog to relieve its symptoms. Do you see?
Dr. Banting, you're an orthopedic surgeon. You have no practical experience with research, or with diabetes for that matter. But I've read up on this disease, and I think this experiment can work. I need your help. A space to work, and some funding, and a team of dogs for the research. I'd like to start right away. It's a big job. You have to wait for the school year to end so I can get you a lab. And you need an assistant. Thank you, sir. I won't let you down.
Either of you two lads interested in a summer research job? Yes, please. I am, sir. Ding. Lucky you, Charlie Best.
May 1921. I'll have someone bring the dogs up and get you started. You'll have the lab for the summer.
Is it too late to change my mind? Once you two are set, I'll be off to Scotland for the holidays. I expect you to keep me posted on your findings. He's leaving us? It's fine, we've got this.
They quickly got to work with the first group of dogs. Scalpel. Is that this little fellow's name? They're not pets. They're lab animals. Researchers should never let themselves get emotionally attached. Don't you agree, Dr. Banting? Yes, you're quite right. Very wise.
But Fred couldn't help himself. You're good with the dogs. They all seem so at ease with you. I grew up on a farm. I've always loved animals.
But conditions in the dingy lab were a problem. Many of the animals died from injection. Others didn't survive the surgery. What do we do now? We're just going to have to get some more dogs.
Long days in the lab stretched into weeks. In July, Fred and Charlie had a breakthrough. They managed to isolate a small amount of the mysterious internal secretion from the dog's pancreas. They called it islatin. Nervously, they tried giving it to one of their diabetic dogs. Cross your fingers, Charlie. Yes! Hurrah!
The islatin seemed to be working, but not as well as they'd hoped. And it was taking far too long to produce. Fred and Charlie were on the right track, but there was much more work to be done. Dear Professor MacLeod, I have so much to tell you. While Charlie took some days off to travel and visit family, Fred stayed on in the lab. He was determined to prove this treatment for diabetes would one day work on humans. But it was already August. Professor MacLeod would be back in a few weeks. Time was running out.
Fred worked around the clock.
Fred barely left the lab these days, except to run back to the boarding house where he was staying to bathe and change his clothes. Just one, please. Woof!
Time to go home now, pup. You don't have a home, do you?
I'm sorry. I can't offer you anything. I've barely enough money to feed myself. There's food up in the lab. It's for the dogs on our team. I won't tell you it's a good deal.
But we're working to find a treatment that will save dying children around the world. I've brought a new helper with me. I'd like to name this one. She looks like a Marjorie. I'll call her Dog 33.